right, the purposes and breakdown of governments in 2 minutes or less. Let's see if I can do it. All right, why do we have a government? One, to maintain social order with police, with the court system, with the whole idea is there's rules, people follow the rules, and if you don't follow the rules, there's consequences. Providing public services, running water, electricity, we pay for it. Sometimes we pay a private company that's regulated by the government, but ultimately the government is kind of providing it. We're actually discovering in our new distance learning thing that it looks like the internet actually also might be one of those things the government might start looking into providing. Defense to protect our borders, so you don't have to worry about being an invading army. And then finally, controlling and providing an economy that we can all trust that works. Sometimes they'll insert themselves and do things to help stimulate the economy so people can actually keep their jobs or get jobs. So how's the government broken down? In any situation, there's two pieces. You've got the local system and you've got the overarching, the central government. The first one's the unitary system, where the federal government, the central government controls everything. They're the ones in charge. The local governments really kind of just exist for logistical purposes to make things easier for the central government. So if they get out of line, the central government can get rid of them. There's the federal system. This is what we have. Talked briefly about this last week. The central government exists and the local governments exist. They exist both independently and together. They have separate powers and some shared powers, but ultimately the central government cannot disband any one of those local governments without, or they don't have the authority to do that. And finally, you've got the confederate system, where the central government exists because the local governments allow it to. If at any point in time one of those local governments wanted to leave, they could do so. Great Britain leaving the European Union was a good example of this. Also, the United Nations would be an example of this. It doesn't mean there's no power in the central government. In fact, sometimes there's a lot of power, but if at any point one of those smaller governments wants to leave, they can do so. So hopefully 2 minutes or less. Let's check. And